Right off the bat, I'll tell you guys the truth about this before I play snippets and talk about Tyler addressing Eminem dissing him on Kamikaze. Tyler talked about not feeling Eminem's new music in this interview, and if this was how Tyler criticized Eminem's newer projects initially before Kamikaze released, Eminem wouldn't have had the time of day to diss Tyler on the Kamikaze album. Now, before we dive right in, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you're new to the channel, especially if you enjoy content like this, and if you want to watch the entire interview uninterrupted, you can watch it at the link in the description, as I do not own the rights to the video. So back to the point. Just after talking about how he was a huge fan of Eminem, Tyler says he doesn't like Eminem's new stuff and that Eminem doesn't like it, that he doesn't like his new stuff.
Favorite rapper really inspired me. I don't like his new stuff, and he doesn't like that. I don't like his new stuff, and he dissed me on his last album.
This here is Tyler trying to paint himself as the good guy and further the narrative that Eminem was just picking on him. Tyler was being disrespectful when criticizing Eminem's newer projects using words like trash. This is what Eminem didn't like based on the relationship he believed they had. This is not the case of being angry that Tyler didn't like his newer stuff. It is the fact that Tyler, being an artist himself, was acting like pretty much any Twitter troll that loves to go at Eminem for attention, and Tyler was certainly doing the extra for attention. He's had a long history on the platform of tweeting to draw attention. The extra disrespect coming from an artist he knows personally is what Eminem didn't like. Now, Tyler is more of a Relapse fan than an Eminem fan at this point, and even one of his earlier albums was pretty much inspired by Relapse, so it's safe to say that he's been expecting Eminem to release something similar to that album, and that's why he's been disappointed by his newer projects, and I'll expand on this later on.
He put out this album called Relapse that I like, weird, blah, blah, blah. But it was him. It was like, this is the aesthetic and what I want to go with. And he went 100% with what he liked on there. Also, from a technical, I go deeper. It was beats, Dre's never really tried. Like, it's good. I didn't even like it at first. It's fucking sick.
Notice one thing he says after he said he likes Relapse. He said he didn't like it at first. You see this and you see that Tyler is also one with the group that just follow what everyone else says about Eminem's albums. Relapse was hated at first and Recovery was praised, but now Relapse is praised and Recovery doesn't get as much praise, and Tyler seems to follow this groupthink quite consistently. He then moves on to elaborate on what he believes Eminem is doing as an artist, which is just floating around and doing what the people want.
So the fans that didn't really like it, you gotta do fucking, I want the old M. I want the Marshall Mathers LPM. I want the old M. This nigga, I don't know, but it feels like he read that and was like, damn, you know what? Fuck, let me go back and try to rehash a moment.
But where he shoots himself in the foot is by stating that Eminem was going back to the Marshall Mathers LP by releasing Marshall Mathers LP 2 just to go back and give the people what they wanted because they wanted the old Eminem back. Now, Tyler here is pretty much letting us know that he's not listening to MMLP 2 because that album can be described as many things, but going back is not one of them. MMLP 2 is more like a continuation of how he's progressed and where he was at when he made the album, rather than going back to give people the old Eminem. And apart from a few songs that connect and give throwbacks, MMLP 2 can stand on its own. The album was solid, a critical and commercial success through and through, and despite being in the era of new Eminem, has career-defining songs like Rap God that pretty much became synonymous to the name Eminem.
Move forward, get what you're into for real. Like what I want, if you was a rapper right now, I will want to hear about your baseball card collection.
Tyler just showed us here that he's not been listening to Eminem's newer albums by stating this about MMLP 2. He says move forward, And that was what Eminem did with MMLP2, and Eminem even addressed his ongoing conflict with his mother in songs like Headlights, where he told us how he felt at that time whenever he hears Cleaning Out My Closet on the radio. This was something unique that no one knew about Eminem. Tyler adds that he wants Eminem to talk about what's going on with him that no one knows, make unique songs for himself, and not what his fans want him to do.
In your car, I want to hear about that. That's why 444 was so tight. This nigga has had hair on for a while and is making an album very specific about what's really going on in his life. And it's a perspective that no one else could have. So that's what I want to hear.
Tyler here again is all over the place, and all I hear from Tyler is justification for being disrespectful on Twitter. The only thing consistent in this interview is that he's consistent with the general narrative of every Eminem critic, repeating the same things over and over again. He says he wants Eminem to tell us what's going on with him that no one knows, but by that logic, Recovery is a better album than Relapse because he talked about what we didn't know about him in Recovery and not Relapse, since Relapse was the return of Slim Shady, the diabolical serial killer, and Recovery was about what was going on with him after beating drug addiction, losing proof, and the overall changes he was going through. MMLP2 was also the same, and Tyler contradicts himself again in this interview because he dissed Walk on Water, which was Eminem telling us again about what was going on with him that no one knew, something Eminem did a couple of times on Revival. So now you understand why I say even Tyler's opinions in this interview are not consistent. And what's scary is that the segment he talks about Eminem is roughly 3 minutes long, and Tyler struggles to stay consistent in 3 minutes with several contradictions. You might say not all of Revival was like Walk on Water, which is true, as it was also political. But remember, the song was released for over 4 weeks before Revival released, and Tyler already dissed the song, a song in which Eminem did the exact thing Tyler said he wanted from Eminem. Move forward, tell us about what's going on with you, not going back to give the people what they want. That was Walk on Water and Revival in general, but also sprinkled with politics here and there, and also some fun songs to go with it that others hated but I love, like Remind Me and Hit. So what are your thoughts on this? Tell us below. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.